Hi Reddit, throwaway account for obvious reasons. This is going to be long, but I need to vent and get real opinions. I, 34M, am seriously considering cutting off my entire immediate family, and I'm feeling both guilty and angry at the same time. I need to know, am I the jerk for wanting out? Background. I was born into what I'll politely call a financially chaotic household. My parents, especially my mom, never really held stable jobs. My dad bounced between gigs, mostly manual labor, but would quit or get fired within months. My mom hasn't worked since I was 12. She insists she has medical issues, but never sees a doctor or follows up on anything. We never had enough, but it was always someone else's fault: the economy, bad bosses, or people who don't understand how hard life is. I have two younger siblings, my brother, 29M, and my sister, 27F. They've never really tried to live independently. My brother has worked on and off but still lives at home. My sister has two kids by two different dads, neither of whom pay child support, and she's living with my parents again after getting evicted from her last apartment. Growing up, I was the quiet kid who kept my head down. I started working at 15, bought my own school supplies, clothes, even paid for my phone plan as a teenager. I got a full scholarship to college and worked 2 jobs during it to cover living expenses. After graduation, I landed a job in IT. I've worked my butt off ever since, climbing the ladder. Now I make decent money, just over 6 figures. I bought a modest house, have a fully paid-off car, and no debt besides my mortgage. But ever since I started making decent money, my family treats me like their walking ATM. The money requests started small. At first, it was stuff like, "Can you help cover the electric bill this month? Your sister's car broke down. Can you spot her $300 for repairs? We don't have food. Can you send some money for groceries?" And I did. Every time. Because they were my family, and I didn't want to see them suffer. But the requests never stopped. They got bolder. They started asking for thousands at a time. My brother wanted me to co-sign a loan so he could start a business. He had no business plan, just an idea to sell custom sneakers out of the trunk of his car. My sister asked me for $2,000 to get a new place, then ended up spending it on an iPad, clothes, and a trip to Vegas with her boyfriend at the time. Last Christmas, my parents guilt-tripped me into paying their rent for 3 months so they wouldn't get evicted, and then I saw them post on Facebook about a new flat-screen TV they splurged on as a reward for getting through hard times. The breaking point. Last month, my mom called me in hysterics. She said my dad was in the hospital and they couldn't pay the deductible. She said it was life or death and that she'd pay me back every cent. I transferred $5,000 that same day. Guess what? He never went to the hospital. There was no emergency. I only found out because my cousin, who still talks to them regularly, let it slip during a family barbecue that my parents used the money to help my sister get back on her feet after her 3rd breakup this year. When I confronted my mom, she actually said, "Well, we knew you wouldn't help if it was just for your sister, so we said it was for your dad." No apology. No remorse. Just entitlement. What I've done since. I froze all cash transfers. I stopped picking up their calls. I told them if they want money from me again, they'd need to show proof of the situation and agree to a repayment plan in writing. Now I'm being called heartless. A sellout. My mom even said, "After everything we did for you growing up, this is how you repay us." Let me be clear, I was the one who raised myself. I bought my own food. Got myself to school. Paid for my own college apps. There were no sacrifices made for me. I clawed my way out of a pit they never tried to escape. Why I'm struggling? Despite all of this, I still feel guilty. They're my family. They've made poor choices, sure. But part of me feels like if I don't help, I'm just repeating the cycle of abandonment I swore I'd never be part of. But at the same time, I'm tired. I'm angry. I feel used. I want to be done, completely. No more money. No more last-minute calls. No more being the safety net they refuse to build for themselves. So Reddit, would I be the jerk if I cut off my money-leeching family? I'm not talking about never speaking to them again, though honestly, I'm tempted. I'm talking about going full financial no contact. No more loans. No more bailouts. No more money, period. Just me, living my life, building my future. Free of the guilt shackles they've had on me since I was a teenager. So, Reddit, Am I the jerk?